Hey, Happy New Year. Happy 2023. As we start off this new year, I want to give you a verse that I believe will help you if you will make this verse sort of a life verse and a verse that you focus on and think about and always have in the back of your mind and in your heart as you're making life decisions. And the verse is Proverbs 3, 5, and 6. And it simply says, "Trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways acknowledge him, and he will make your paths straight." Now, the key to this verse is in the very first word, the word trust. We have to trust in the Lord, not in ourselves, not in the government, not in the money that we think we have. Just we need to trust in the Lord with our lives and with our decisions. And that word trust pictures a servant lying helpless, face down, waiting for his master's commands. Now, I think trust is one of those things that's easy to give away, but it's also easy to take it back. In other words, when things are not going really well in life and you're struggling, maybe you're struggling at work or you're struggling with relationships or your finances, it's easy to go, "God, I trust you. I can't seem to find my way out of this mess. Please lead me, God. Please direct my paths." And in those moments, we really turn it over to God. But when things are going well and our health is good and our money is good and our relationships are good and everything seems to going right in life, it's really easy in those moments to go, "You know what, God, trust me, I got this. I'm good. You go help some of those people who are struggling over there. I'm doing good." Now, the problem with that is it's kind of like we're saying, "Trust me." In other words, we're the author of all those things. When in fact, it's God who's orchestrated those things, God who's blessing us in this life, and we need to acknowledge him for all of those blessings. So that's the first part. We got to learn to trust God. The second thing we need to remember is to not lean on what we know because we only can see a limited view. I used to remember when our son Sam played soccer through high school and college, I remember thinking, I can see 360 degrees. I can see all around him. I'm sitting above him. I can see the pressure that's coming from behind. I can see, what's happening on either side, and I can see way down the field. Now, Sam could not see what was behind him. He could see peripherally at least some things, but when somebody was pressuring him, he couldn't see way down the field, but we could. And that's kind of how God works in our lives. He can see 360 degrees. He can see our future. He can see on the sides. He knows what we've been through in the past. And we can't see that vision. We don't have that much understanding. So we need to not lean on what we know. We need to lean on God and trust that God, in his perfect timing, in his perfect plan, will orchestrate all things together for the good of those who love him and have been called according to his purpose. And we need to trust that it's for our good, for his glory, and that when we can't see the future and we don't understand what's going on, that's when we really need to hold on to that trust in God. Then, of course, we need to acknowledge him in all of our ways and everything that we do. We need to choose his ways over our ways. And in the long, stretch of life, he will make our paths straight. They won't always be easy. Sometimes it's up and down and it's rocky and it's difficult. And when we go through those difficult times, God is teaching us. We are learning. He's allowing things to happen in our lives that we're kind of grunting through and growing through. And that makes us stronger spiritually. It makes us more useful servants. It makes us more like the people he wants us to be, which is like his son, Jesus. Now, I want to give you 4 suggestions to help you if you're trying to make a difficult decision this year. Number 1, always remember to trust the word of God. Take your decision and check it against the word of God. If anything you're wanting to do is outside of God's will based on the Bible, then don't do it, because it's going to fail and you're going to have a problem, guaranteed. All the bad decisions I've ever made in life of when I allowed feelings to get all messed up and I didn't follow the faith that I have in God. Often our decisions in life are not moral decisions. Often they're just decisions we need to make. And so you need to make sure that you're praying about that decision. In other words, sometimes we're just deciding, do I move to this city or that city? Sometimes it's, do I take this job or that job? Well, pray about it and pray consistently about it and ask God to show you and ask him to reveal his will for you in your life in that area. Again, it's not always a moral decision we're struggling with. It's just decisions. So make sure you pray. And then number 3, do not put your shoulder against a locked door and try and push that door open. In other words, if you're going down a path and it feels like that door is locked, then don't push it open trying to pry your way through, because that is God saying, stop. What's on the other side of this door is not my will for you. You need to step back and follow a different path. Then finally, make sure you're spending time talking to some friends, some good, trusted Christian friends that you believe will give you good counsel and good advice. If they're people that are making good decisions in their life and you see that around them all the time, then go talk to them. If it's somebody whose life is messed up and they're constantly struggling, well, don't go talk to that person. That's not going to help you. Go talk to that person you know you can trust, whether it's a pastor or a person who's a little older than you. It might be a parent, it might be a grandparent, somebody that you know you can trust. I hope this helps you. Trust in the Lord with all your heart. Lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways acknowledge him, and he will make your paths straight. What a great verse, Proverbs 3, 5, and 6. I pray that you'll apply that to your life this year, and I pray that this helps you as you go forward in your faith. If you like this video, please like and subscribe down below. A new video comes out every Sunday. I look forward to spending this year with you doing these devotions. I pray you have a great 2023, at least start to 2023. And I pray you keep walking with Jesus, and I'll do the same. I'll see you next week.